Quick introduction. We're a mobile detailing company out in Long Island, New York. And one of the common issues I see with mobile detailers is water pressure going into the power washer. Now, some people have come up with the idea of using a transfer pump, which I thought was actually a pretty solid idea. But the problem with a transfer pump is it keeps running until you shut it off, which ends up pulling a lot of unnecessary power. So here's the solution we came up with. What we have here is an electric power washer and a standard transfer pump that we've now wired into the power washer itself. One of the cool things about electric power washers is that they automatically turn on and off when you pull the trigger. So the plan was to use that exact feature to our advantage by turning a regular transfer pump into an on-demand pump. We've tried actual on-demand pumps before, but they tend to burn out pretty quickly, and they're a lot more expensive than transfer pumps. At the same time, transfer pumps aren't meant to run non-stop for long periods, so what we came up with here feels like the perfect middle ground. I'll try to go into as much detail as I can on how we did this, but if you have any questions, you can always reach out. Alright, so let's get into how we did it. First thing we did was remove the cover on the power washer. We originally bought a standard outlet from Home Depot, but later switched it out for a shore power outlet that fit a lot better. The first step was making sure the outlet could actually fit inside the unit without interfering with anything. After that, we drilled a small pilot hole and gradually opened it up to the right size so the outlet could mount clean through the back. So like I mentioned earlier, what we're essentially doing is wiring an outlet to the back of the power washer so we can plug the transfer pump into it. I didn't want to hardwire the transfer pump directly into the unit. This way, if it ever goes bad, it's an easy swap. Just unplug the old one and plug in a new one. No need for cutting wires again. At this point, I was just dialing in the hole size and figuring out how to secure the outlet properly. Like I said, I ended up switching to a shore power outlet with screws. It holds way better. Now, this is the part where I wire everything up. You're basically tapping into two wires inside the box on top of the power washer. There are 4 screws holding that lid on. Remove those, and you'll see 2 wires going to what looks like a relay. That's where you tie in your outlet. There are 2 orange wires on that relay. You disconnect them and wire them directly to the outlet. Like I said, if you're interested, I can show exactly how I did it. But really, you're just connecting 2 wires and drilling a small hole in the side of the box to run your line out while still keeping everything sealed up. Once everything is wired, you can start closing the unit back up and putting it together. I didn't fully close mine yet because I was still working out how to secure the outlet perfectly, but we can still do a quick test. So here's how it works. Every time I pull the trigger on the power washer, it turns on the unit, which then powers the outlet we installed, and that kicks on the transfer pump. When I let go of the trigger, everything shuts off. So the transfer pump isn't running constantly anymore. It only runs when I'm actually using the washer. Personally, I run a fully electric setup. I just prefer it. My whole system runs off an EcoFlow Delta Pro 3, so anywhere I can conserve power, I do. I think this is a great solution for any mobile detailer running an electric washer with a transfer pump. And once again, we're based in New York. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can also download our app at raxesmobilewash.com and schedule your detail today. And remember, dirty isn't a color.